हेलो चिल्ड्रन, हाउ आर यू। फिर से वापस आ गए। नो प्रॉब्लम। तो देन आ गए तो पार्ट नंबर 4 जो चौथा लेक्चर है वो भी आप अटेंड कर लीजिएगा, राइट। In this lecture we are going to learn about benefits of goods and services tax, and we are going to learn about MCQs. Apart from your MCQ which are given in a book, we are going to learn something more than that. So let's start. In your book, the benefits are given general, right? General. Here we'll take specific to what are the benefits to SSC, what are the benefits to government, and what are the benefits to the customer, right? These three part we are going to learn. So let's start. First, we are going to learn about the benefits to the SSC. SSC, whose assessment is done by the Department of Tax, right? So let's start. The first and foremost benefit of GST to the SSC is the reduction in multiplicity of tax. So in the first video itself we have learned that many 7 plus 7 total 14 laws has subsumed. It means that earlier the SSC has to follow these 14 laws. Right now only GST is there, right? So the reduction in multiplicity of tax, there are many central tax, many state tax has removed, and one nation one law, that is GST, is there. So there is benefits, right? Earlier what was happening, that SSC has to follow sales tax of Maharashtra, sales tax of Gujarat, sales tax of Rajasthan, and different state have different sales tax and value added tax, and different timeline for submission of the return, and that's why they were confused and they have to hire. The cost of compliance was very high, and because of this one nation one act, right? So it's these taxes are reduced and the cost of compliance also reduced. Second advantage is uniformity of tax rate and structure. It means that if you learn about the tax rates in Gujarat, automatically you learn tax rates of Assam, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, right? It means that across the country the tax rates are same and the structures are also same. It means that when a company go to the Assam, the company need not to worry about the uniqueness because it's the same, right? So uniformity, in last video lecture also we have learned about the uniformity of tax rates, right? Third point is mitigation of cascading effect or double taxation. This also we have learned. Cascading effect means the problem of double taxation. Suppose Rajasthan people or a person sending goods to Gujarat people, right? So whatever he is selling, on that sales tax were applied, right? So now whatever Gujarat person is selling to Maharashtra person, so on that amount this sell tax was added, and that on a sell tax it is levied more tax, means tax on tax, right? So cascading effect. So the person was sending here, again on this tax, again tax is levied, whatever the rate is, right? In a value added in a sales tax it was happening, right? So this kind of cascading effects are removed. It means that double taxation has removed. Fourth point is very important, the improved competitiveness. It means that when you cross the state border, your competitiveness has increased. Earlier what was happening, that if for example Rajasthan government may have one law, sales tax, that if any person from Rajasthan is doing business, the tax rate is 5%, and any person from Gujarat tax rate is 15%. Now tell me, the goods of a person who is Gujarati, their cost will be very high because the tax rate is high. So now what has happened? So if Rajasthan person applicable rate is 5%, same rate applicable to the Gujarat people, right? And that's why there is an improvement in the competitiveness. It means that now it's open market, you can compete with any competitors across the country. Fifth one is gain to manufacturer and exporters, because the manufacturer, this excise duty and many duties are being solved, and multiplicity of taxation and uniformity in tax rates brings the manufacturer or motivate the manufacturer to manufacture well. And in exports also there is no GST. In fact, when you export something, there is subsidy and incentives are being provided by the government. So the manufacturer and exporters are getting gain or having gain due to this GST. Sixth one is development of common national market. It means that we have developed a one market, one national market, right? It means that you can compete with every competitor across the country. It means that common market, common everything is common, right? No biasness is there in a GST. And last one is a simpler tax regime, right? Fewer tax, however it is increase 0.25% and 3%, right? So fewer tax rates, still the rates are fewer, because compared to all other states, if we talk about, there may be a 33 different kind of percentage, right? So fewer tax rates compared to the earlier, and exemptions are being provided, right? So nil rated, and there are goods which are exempt, it is available, and there is a conceptual clarity between goods and services which were not earlier. Now goods or services or both, so conceptually it is a clarity. It means that SSC can understand what is mean by goods and what is mean by services. I hope that you learn this benefit to the SSC. Now similarly the benefits to the government also there, right? And government has initiated to enforce this GST, right? So what are the benefits of government? First is the simpler tax system, right? So the complex systems has been removed, and this is actually very simple tax system. So once you are conversant with the tax system, it applies across the country, and whoever doing business in India, the same tax rate is applied and the same tax system is to be followed. And that's why this is a very simple tax system. Better control on leakages. As I said that in a working model of GST, suppose I have given an example. Suppose this is me and this is you and this is your friend, right? And there is a neighbor, right? I hope that you learn this example, and if you have not learned, just watch video number 3, right? So I have sent goods worth rupees 100. I have charged 10 rupees, right? And it is given to you. You have sold to your friend 200 and 20. So 20 minus 10 was input tax credit. So 10 rupees you have to pay, and 10 rupees CGST and SGST you need to pay, right? And your friend has given or provided a tax invoice of 300. So on that 30 and out of 20 is being provided, so he will pay 10 rupees CGST SGST. Now let me explain this better control on leakages. Suppose you want that I should not compliance with the law, and I should not pay 10 rupees, though I am charging 20 rupees from my friend. I will not pay this 10 rupees to the government, right? Suppose you think like this, right? So what will happen? Your friend, when he sold to his neighbor, a goods worth rupees 300, on which 30 and 30 is tax collected, right? So 30 and 30, when tax collected, he will ask you to submit the return where you can show that you have paid 10 rupees. It means that he needs this input tax credit, right? So when this is fully automatic, let me tell you, this GST is fully online, and you need not to maintain any document and any page for that. Everything is online, right? So if it is not shown in your return this 20, then you will your friend will force you that please भैया ये 10 रुपीज भर दो तो मेरा यहाँ 20 दिखाएगा तो I can charge, otherwise I have to pay 30 rupees, right? And then he will force you and you have to submit it. It means that you cannot escape from this. So if this chain is completed, then and then everybody can claim what? Input tax credit. I hope that you understood. So it's a better control, nobody can escape, right? And now what will happen? Suppose you think that I will not be a GST taxpayer, right? In other words, you think that I should not pay GST and I should not register myself in a GST, right? So what will happen? Your friend cannot claim these 20 rupees as an income input tax credit. So your friend will not buy from you. He or she will ask from other supplier, right? So he will take the goods from other suppliers so that this 20 he can take input tax credit. So you will lose your business. So that's also a danger for you, and that's why compulsorily you have to register under the GST. I hope that you got this point. Next point is broadening of tax base. Because this is very clear what is goods, what is services, and what is both. So the tax base is increased. Earlier those commodities and the things where tax were not levied, right now it is levied. It means that there are number of particulars are there on which earlier sales tax and value added tax were not clear. Now it is very clear, and that kind of commodity are being charged and come under the GST. So the tax base has become a broad, right? Next, improved compliance and revenue collection, that is tax booster. So improved compliance. So everybody has to follow what? These compliance terms and conditions and norms. So they have to fill up the form and file the return in time, right? So I will not discuss about the what is the last date and this and that, because it is not right now too important to know about that. But let me tell you, the revenue collections is higher in GST regime. It means earlier when sales tax were applied, the tax where collection was lower. Now since GST is applied, is on an average 1 lakh crore per month is the income of government, right? It means that this proved as a tax booster. The income from tax for the central government and state government has increased. Next is efficient use of resources, whatever the government resources and everything. So efficient use are there. Earlier the person has to come to the office of indirect tax, sales tax and value added tax. Now they need not to come, everything is online. So everything is used properly, right? Next is higher revenue efficiency. As I've said, this proved as a tax booster. So revenue efficiency has increased like anything. And if you want more, then go to the GST Council website, and what is the tax collected by the government, you can check it out. That tax income has increased, even if it is a COVID-19, right? Tax revenue has increased. So these are the benefits. So government is a main beneficiary because it is a simple tax, one single window, and everything is online. So better a very effective, cost effective GST system they have developed. Now, what are the benefits to customer? Generally, we discuss about the benefits to customer, but it depends on the producer. If he wants to give you such benefit, then you are able to get that benefit, right? So what are the benefits to you? Earlier there were lots of confusion in a tax. Now it is a single and transparent tax proportionate to the value of the goods and services. I showed you the PDF format, right, where the rate of tax is written, whether it is 3% or 12%, right? So you can check it out at what rate they can charge maximum. So it's a transparent tax rate, so you can understand the tax, and it's a single tax, right? CGST, SGST, nothing more than that, right? Or IGST, right? And last one, it shows that it passes on, but generally I don't believe in this. So benefits to the price, PRICE, price reduction. It means that due to anything which is reduced, so relief in the overall tax burden. But let me tell you, due to this GST, price of commodity has not increased. Because we still follow MRP, maximum retail price, and MRP is fixed, and everything is adjusted, everything GST is adjusted in the cost of product, right? Cost of product. So benefit reduction is not available. There are lots of confusions and lots of debate is going on that GST has not able to bring the price down, right? So but we can write in a this benefits, because if the rate is 5%, earlier it was 12%. For example, the hotel were charged 18%, right? So whatever the bill that you are getting from the hotel and restaurant, suppose 100 rupees is the bill or 1000 is the bill, so 180 you have to pay more, right? So 1180. Now that 18% has reduced up to 5%. So now only 50 rupees you have to pay, right? So 1150 and 1050. So whatever the 1180, right? So whatever the difference, it's a reduction in your total total value, right? Or total cost. So overall tax burden is removed. So these are the benefits to the taxpayer. Now let's check the knowledge. We are ended with the discussion part, and now we are discussing about the checking of the knowledge. So you have to give me the answer, right? And then I will tick it, and let's check whether you are able to give the answer or not. So you have to say A, B, C, D. Though you are watching this video, you have to decide, and then I will tick mark which is correct, right? So GST is production based tax, services based tax, destination based tax, or all of the above. So it is destination based tax, right? So you have said rightly, right? Now in your books, whatever the example or MCQ given, that we are going to discuss, we are going to discuss here. So the first, GST includes blank tax of central and state government, direct tax, indirect tax, direct and indirect and direct tax. So this is one and same, right? It is neither both, right? So GST includes, or they should write GST is blank types of tax, blank types of tax, whether it is direct tax or indirect tax. So it is indirect tax, because the burden has to bear by the ultimate user, right? So it is an indirect tax. Direct tax, what are the direct tax? Income tax, wealth tax, right? Wealth tax and gift tax are example of direct tax that we have learned. Second MCQ, which of the following was the state government indirect tax prior to GST? So do you remember that slide where the state taxes were subsumed? So if you remember, you are able to give this answer. So custom duty were levied by central government, right? We are discussing about the state government. Excise duty by the central government. This value added tax was levied by sales tax oblique value added tax. If you can remember, right? Service tax also levied by whom, right? So this is levied by central government. So only state government were used to get value added tax. So answer number C is correct. Now learn about the question number 3 or MCQ number 3. Right. Which of the following of central government indirect tax prior to GST? GST के पहले कौन सा central government का tax था? Custom duty, excise duty, service tax and purchase tax. Okay. So actually the question is incorrect. Which of the following was not central government indirect tax? And this answer is purchase tax, because this service tax, excise duty and custom duty are a central government. So you can modify the question, right? Which of the following was not central government indirect tax prior to? So purchase tax was not, it was central government. Implementation of GST was in the year 2017. Which of the following? Now this is supply within state and between state, right? Within state, it is considered as, if it is written intra-state, it is nothing but within state, right? So which are the which of the following is correct for supply within state or union territory? So within state, union territory, then CGST, IGST. So find out where IGST is written. So IGST is written, IGST is not levied, IGST is not levied, IGST not levied. So definitely the A should be the correct answer, because central government tax, state government tax oblique UT GST. We know that in a state IGST is not applicable. So this is deductive method we have used, and whichever is incorrect, so we have removed that, and what is the correct, we have find it out. And last of the your book MCQ, which tax is applicable for supply of outside of state or union territory? Outside of state or union territory means interstate. When interstate is there, then IGST is there. So CGST, SGST and UTGST, compared to that, IGST is there. I hope that you have learned this. Now some extra MCQs from my side. Let's learn it. Which product is outside of GST regime? Which are not applicable to GST is not applicable to which products? So alcohol products not applicable, petrol, tobacco not applicable, entertainment tax which is levied by local authority is not available. So answer is all of the above. So what is not applicable, that we have already learned. Next is for intrastate taxable supply. Intrastate means within state. We need to pay what? IGST? No. IGST? No. All of the above? No. So SGST and CGST. I hope that you understood this. For interstate taxable supply, we need to pay what? IGST. Simple, right? I hope that you understood this. Next, in case of import from outside India, we need to pay what? IGST, SGST, CGST, SGST, IGST or custom duty. It's a basic custom duty we need to pay, right? So custom duty is correct answer. Next is which type of which tax is not subsumed, means which is levied still. So central excise duty, and it's a levied, right? Service tax, sorry, it's not subsum. Not subsum means this is subsum and this is subsum. Where tax comes, subsum means these all are cancelled or withdrawn, right? So now let's see, the entertainment tax levied by the local bodies is still not subsumed, right? So I hope that you got this. It's a not subsum or not withdrawn or not cancelled. If it is asked, then entertainment tax, and I have shown you the slide which are not subsum, right? I hope that you learn this also. What is the full form of HSN? You remember that? Yes, harmonized system of nomenclature, right? This is the full form of HSN. So thank you for watching this video, and we are ended this GST chapter. I hope that you like this and your smile is like 10/10 in a watch, right? So keep smiling and keep learning, and thank you very much for attending this class. God bless you. Take care.